Hey guys, Flegg here, founder of Ethical Property Partners, the place where we help you to make annual returns on your properties on a monthly basis. Now, I am sweating buckets. I'm really out of breath, and all I have done is jog about a mile and walk about a mile intermittently, like a few hundred yards of one, a few hundred yards the other. The reason for this is I've been ill for about a week now, but I am 33 days away from starting my next challenge, my attempt to run Hadrian's Wall. No one knows this, apart from one or two friends who all think I'm crazy, but I'm looking to achieve this in one go without stopping. It's 84 miles. I have told everyone else that it's 4 days that I've given myself, but actually I want to do it in one go without sleeping, which probably gives me about 36-40 hours before I keel over and have to start snoring. The problem is I can barely run 2 miles today. I'm really poorly. It was really tight when I had about 6 weeks, but my previous training in the week before I was ill was a 90-minute run and jog, about half and half actually, 90 minutes, and I think I did about 8 miles in that time. I'm not sure, I wasn't tracking it. My next run was 2 hours, and I did about 11 miles in 2 hours, and I jogged nearly all of that. Then I've had a week off, and I'm still clearly very, very ill. The question and the challenge is, what do? Do I rein in my goal? Do I give myself another month? Because I'm probably further back now than I was 2 weeks ago. Do I stick with it and just suck it up and reckon it's going to be a lot harder? The friends that know about this, I think 3 of them know now, are genuinely concerned for my health, which I understand because I'll be running through the night in October in very remote parts of the country with next to zero preparation. Which does strike you as a little crazy, but I'm actually really excited about it. Like, in my days I feel excited. As I'm falling asleep at night, I'm excited. I'm Googling Hadrian's Wall and different parts of it. I'm reading a guidebook on it at the moment. And what's the journey about if it's not about having fun and feeling excited? So I just thought I'd share that with you because it is, as I say, 33 days till I start. It's very easy afterwards to say to yourself and to others, well, you know, I'd done an Ironman before, I'm pretty fit, you know, it was no big deal. It's a really big deal right now. It feels like climbing Everest with only having ever climbed Snowdon in the past. It's a massive challenge for me, and one that, quite honestly, I reckon I'm more likely to fail than to succeed at. Because the other thing is, if I was to do it in 4 days, and that was my real goal, it's not, my real goal is to do it in one go, I'd probably do 21 miles a day, be really structured. I'd work out where I was going to sleep. I'd even work out where I was going to eat lunch. If I felt really good at the end of the day, I would stop because my plan was to finish. I'd have a bath, I'd have a nice dinner, get a really good 8 hours sleep, and then do another 21 miles the next day. That would be how I would do it if my goal was to finish it in 4 days. But because my secret goal is to finish it in one go, if I feel good at 21 miles, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to keep going. But then I might feel awful at 30 miles. By the way, the furthest I've ever run is 28 miles in a day. I don't think I've ever run more than that. Pretty sure I haven't. So it's not like it's a little bit more than I've ever done. It's 3.5 times further than I've ever run in a day. It's almost 4 marathons, isn't it? Not quite, it's about 3.5 marathons, something like that. So challenging, really challenging. You might be thinking, well, why are you talking about this on your property investing podcast? Well, it's the same principle, isn't it? It's the principle of stepping outside your comfort zone. If I was going to be conservative, I'd go enter a half marathon for a month's time. To step up to 13.1 miles, that would probably be reasonable in the next month. That would be playing it safe. That would be the equivalent of a newbie investor buying one property this year and then one in next year and one the year after. But that isn't how I'm wired. That isn't how I want to live my life. And some people get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So some people, if they wanted to do Hadrian's Wall, give themselves like a 4-year training regime to get to it. And let's not forget, they'd be far more likely to achieve it. Like the chance of me injuring myself, and that's what I was saying, if I do 30 or 40 miles running in the first day, there's no way I'm having a night's sleep and then doing 20 the next day. I'm going to be absolutely on my knees, probably literally. And so I might need 24 hours to recover before I can start jogging the next day. The other problem is if I just go and go and go and then I've like collapsed, either metaphorically or practically, I could be anywhere. So where's the nice warm B&B with a bath? Oh, it's another 10 miles down there. Or you can go back 8 miles, you know. It could be, there aren't that many places to stop. So yeah, a little bit challenging. But I have to admit, it's the same as business. How you do one thing is how you do everything. You've heard me say that before. And that's how I feel about this. I feel like, yeah, this is how I live my life though. This is a way of moving towards that weight goal of mine of slimming down and getting lean. So yeah, I'm excited, a bit scared, definitely challenged by this, but it is a challenge. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it, stretch my comfort zone. You know, people talk about, oh, it's a downward spiral once you hit 40. Well, I'm not buying into that. No chance. I hit 40 earlier this year and I'm about to do something I've never done in my life. The question I'd ask you is, what are you capable of that you're not regularly doing? Because that is so valuable in terms of growing, in terms of achieving more in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in your learning, in your profitability, in your lifestyle quality than you currently have. If you live within your current comfort zone, you're never going to achieve more than you're currently achieving because you're not going to grow, you're not going to get better. But if you stretch that comfort zone, your goals will be achieved. And then things will improve. I'm listening to an audio by Ray Dalio. I want to say it's Ray Dalio, one of the most successful stock market investors of all time. Tony Robbins, I think, coaches him or knows him really well. And he was talking about how he lost everything, has then had to restart again. And that is one of the risks of pushing the envelope and stretching yourself. You are going to fail at some point, but it's all the successes that more than make up for those failures. So I'll let you know how I'll get on.